A few years ago, my world was turned upside down when I experienced the worst period of my entire life. Seemingly out of nowhere, I started experiencing intense depression, anxiety, and unimaginable stress. And it got so bad I was even having physical ailments, twitching and stomach aches, and tightness in my arms. And being the fitness guy and the health nut that I am, this was something totally new. So I was totally convinced that there was something physically wrong with me, some sort of disease or cancer or something like that, right? So I went to the doctor and had every test under the sun ran on me, and they all came back negative. But I still wasn't convinced. I tried different doctors. Maybe one doctor knew something that the other didn't. Until eventually, one doctor told me, "You ever think that maybe this is all in your mind?" Marcus Aurelius was really that dude. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Marcus was the last of the 5 good emperors of Rome. He ruled from 161 to 180 CE. Shortly after his reign, Rome descended quickly into civil war. He was a successful military leader remembered for defeating the macaroni, these guys, but he was most remembered for his Stoic philosophy by which he lived. Yes, we love a Stoic king. Anyways, the famous book, Meditations, was not intended to be published to the masses. It's simply a series of his personal writings, recording his private notes to himself and ideas on public philosophy. So, kinda like his diary. Hey, it's not a diary, it's a journal, bro. Sure, buddy. Marcus's lessons would become the staples of Stoic philosophy, and to many, the guide to living a peaceful life. And besides some of the strange normalities of ancient times, like using womanish as an insult, or taking bath at unreasonable time, like, what? The similarities in the problems that we deal with today is really uncanny. And after analyzing his lessons, I've narrowed it down to 3 common things. Number 1, being good to people. Observe then as thou hast begun, and whatever thou doest, do it in conjunction with this, the being good, and in the sense in which a man is properly understood to be good. Keep to this in every action. So basically, a man must decide his own principles to live by and what he considers to be good. And it doesn't do any good to get upset with other men who aren't good, because to expect bad men to be good goes against nature. You'll see Marcus really loves talking about nature. Likewise, it's okay to let people hate you if they'd like, but to continue to be kind because being kind is more manly than being angry. And in his own words, a good disposition is invincible if it is genuine. Something his son Commodus, didn't really quite pick up on. Live for the present. Not like the present, but like the present, you know? Double meanings. Hilarious. He who has seen present things has seen all, both everything which has taken place from all eternity and everything which will be for time without end. For all things are of one kin and are of one form.
What do you mean by that?
Since our time here on Earth is such a short blip between 2 eternities, it makes no sense to let your mind wander to the past or what is yet to come. And even worse, to worry about popularity or posthumous fame or what others think of you, because honestly, it's none of your fucking business. Yeah, that was in the book, he said that right there. For the present is the only thing a man can be deprived. And if it's true that this is all you have, then you cannot lose that which you don't have. You have cookie? I can take cookie. But you no have cookie, you only have present moment. So pass through this little space of time and end the journey content, as an apple falls off when it's ripe, blessing nature who produced it, and thanking the tree that it grew on. Not bad, Marcus. Not bad at all. Nothing is bad, it's just nature. Although he would lose children, friends, and even his wife, Aurelius remained faithful to his vision of a world governed by a natural and benign intelligence which ran through all things, bound all things together, and dispersed all things in time. There was, then, no concept of tragedy in Aurelius's philosophy because everything that happened was a natural occurrence and nothing in nature could be interpreted as tragic. There are no mistakes. Just happy natures? Marcus put it best like this. If thou holdest to this, expecting nothing, fearing nothing, be satisfied with the present activity according to nature, And with heroic truth in every word and sound which thou utterest, thou will live happy. So to sum it up, how you interpret things, good or bad, is totally up to you. So if you choose to think things are bad, it's your own damn fault, you big dummy. And as Marcus says, how ridiculous and what a stranger he is who is surprised by anything in life. So be good to others at all times, live in the present moment, and don't be surprised or upset with anything, because everything falls within what nature intends, and you will live a happy life. So, am I completely cured from all bad thoughts, feelings, stresses? No, of course not. This is real life. This isn't some fairy tale. Bad things are bound to happen, bad thoughts, bad feelings, right? But at least after reading this book, I'm to a point where I can realize them for what they are, and that's just thoughts. Whereas most people, they have these negative thoughts, they attach themselves to them and make them these thoughts their whole identity, their whole world, even though it's just one little piece of their world. Your mind is kind of like an algorithm. Without getting too hippy-dippy on you guys, it's kind of true. Like, what you put your focus into is what you will attract more of. If you're having positive thoughts and manifesting things that you want to happen and see in your life, you're 100% more likely to actually achieve that. And now I'm doing so much better. I have the girl of my dreams, millions of views on YouTube, finances are pretty good, and I'm happy with my life. So the answer to your question, is this gonna fix every single one of your problems and give you the life that you ever dreamed of? No, of course not. But it can be a key in the ignition starting you on the road to becoming unwithable.